Page 13. Shir Adonai Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Meyom, Leyom Yeshuato. Page 14 at the carrot. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Betagel Haaretz. Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umelo. Yeram Hayam, Yeram Hayam, Yeram Hayam, Umbelo, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel Haaretz, Ya'alo Sadai, V'chol asher bo ya'alo sadai, ay 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 ya'alo sadai, V'chol asher bo ya'alo sadai, ay 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 ay, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, 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 Ya'alos Sadai, V'chol asher bo Ya'alos Sadai, ay 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 Ya'alos Sadai, V'chol asher bo Ya'alos Sadai, ay 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 ay. Lifnei Adonai kiva, kiva, lishpot haaretz, lishpot tevel, v'tzedek v'yamim, be'emunato. Adonai machtagal, haaretz yismechoim, ramim, anan v'rafel sevivav, tzedek mishpat, nechon kis'od. Page 16, 4 lines from the bottom of the page. Or zaru ala tzadik, ule yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik, ule yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru Yishrei lev simcha, or zaru ala tzadik, ule Yishrei lev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, ve'hodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, v'hodu lezecher kodesho. Page 17. Mizmor Shlomo Shir Chadash Kivot Asaha, Hoshia lo yimino zoroa kodesho. 3 lines from the top of page 18. Zameru l'Adonai v'chinor, v'chinor v'kol zimra, v'chatzatzorot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Yiram hayam umlo. Tevel ve'yoshveiva, neharot yimcha uchav, yacha v'harim yiranenu, lifnei Adonai kiva, Yesharim Yirhamayam Lo Tevel Veyoshveyo Neharot Imcha Uchav Yachad Harim Yeraneinu. Page 19. Adonai v'nachizu amin yoshev kurvim tanu ta'aretz Adonai b'tzion gadol v'ramchu al kol ha'amim. Page 20 at the carrot. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodsho. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodsho. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. We rise, page 21. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai, kavod v'avos, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al hamayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai v'hadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, v'yishabeh Adonai et arzei halavanon, v'yarkidem k'mo egel levanon, v'siryon kemo v'henreimim. Ay, kol Adonai chotzev lahavot esh, kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yicholel ayalot v'yechesov ye'arot u'echalo kulo omer kavod. Ay, Adonai lama habu yashav v'yeshev Adonai melech le'alam. Adonai oz le'am v'yiten Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. And we are seated, page 22.
We are seated.
Anda bechoach, bechoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha, tartir tzerura, kabel rinat amacha, sagveinu, taharinu, nora. Anna bechoach, gedulat yemincha, tatir tzerura, kabel rinat Rina Tamecha, Sagaveinu Tareinu Dora. Yanai nai 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 nai. Yanai nai nai nai. Yanai nai nai nai. Yanai nai nai. Yanai nai nai nai. Yanai nai nai nai. Yanai nai nai nai. Page 23. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litila Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat l'chu v'nelcha Ki mekor ha'bracha Min rosh mikedem nesucha Sochma aseh b'machshava tchila Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech ir meluchya Kumitzei mitoch afecha Rav lach shevet beyemek bachar Behu yachamu alayichem la Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Let's see. Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Ay 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 lecha dodi Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Penei Shabbat Ay 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 nekabela. Naharim ve'yafar kumi Livshi bigdei tifar tachami Ahal gad ben Yishai beit halachmi Korva el nafshi gehala Ay 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 lecha dodi Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Penei Shabbat Ay 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 nekabela. Hitoreri, toreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai alayich nila. Ay 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 lecha dodi, ay 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 likrat kala, ay 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 Penei Shabbat. Ay 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 nekabela. Lo tevoshi velo tikalmi Ma tishlochi umatemi Bach yechasu ani ami Benimneta iherati la. Ay 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 lecha dodi Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Penei Shabbat Ay 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 nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hayunim shir sachshoch saich v'rachaku kol mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla yamin usmah tiferat zivet Adonai ta'aritzi al yagish ben parzi v'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla boi b'shalom ahateret b'hala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emunei aham segula boi kala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla. We are seated, page 27. Mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat. Tzadikat amar yiferach ke'eretz ba'levanon yisgeh shetulim be'vet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvon b'seva deshenim v'rananim yihu l'hagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo avela tavo. Page 29. Adonai malachut lavesh Adonai oskit azar Aftikon tevel baltimot Nachon kisacha me'az me'olamata Nasehu nerot Adonai Nasehu nerot kolam Yisehu nerot ochyam Mikolot mahim rabim Adirim yishbereyam Adir b'marom Adonai Edotecha nehemnu me'od Levitcha nava kodesh Adonai leyorech yamim rabim, adirim mishberayam, adir b'marom Adonai, adir b'marom Adonai. Mourners and those observing in your sight, rise at this time in body or spirit, and join with me in the words of Kaddish on page 30. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alama tivera kerutei v'yamalich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizaman karim ve'imeru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach, le'alam u'omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Midadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei dekudsha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbachata v'nechamata, Da'amiran be'alama v'imeru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, Hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshevei Tevel, ve'imeru. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, friends. Wonderful to be with you, and also with those of you online, including Molly, Michael, Leslie, Shai, Freddie, and so many others. Know that your presence is felt with us here in the Beit Midrash. Earlier today, I discovered, thanks to friends of mine on social media, that Chabad now has an AI Rebbe that you can ask questions. And as you may imagine, especially among my friends, the challenge now is to ask, as all AI can be manipulated by the way in which you prompt it, and frequently, if you prompt in the proper way, will give inaccurate responses. I've now seen screenshots of the AI Rebbe certifying chicken as parv, allowing people to drive on Shabbat, and a number of other things that I suspect both the Rebbe and any Chabad rabbi would not approve of. I mention this in part because one of the teachings from this week's portion, in fact, the portion B'Halokha begins with an idea that the priest is instructed every day to step up, to ascend, and to light the candelabra that will be in the tabernacle and subsequently in the temple. This Torah portion is frequently associated, even though we don't read it on Hanukkah at all, it's frequently associated with that because this is the Torah portion that more prominently than others features the menorah. And what is the essential character of the idea of menorah? The idea of lighting the menorah each and every day, which is also, by the way, the origin for the eternal flame that we have in here and also in the sanctuary. The idea that there's always a light being lit and that out of the place in which we find holiness and connection with God, light emerges. There's a story the rabbis tell about the construction of the temple in Jerusalem. If you've read the sections of the Bible that discuss the construction of the temple, Solomon works with Hiram in Lebanon to bring cedars, and with other outsiders that are more familiar with the workings of construction, that are hired hands, and that are supporting Solomon in the endeavor of building the first temple. And the rabbis say that, imagine this dialogue between Solomon and Hiram of Tyre. And the dialogue is about the windows in the temple. Because if you go into ancient buildings, older buildings, especially ones before we had glass windows and air conditionings and other things, and electric lights, most windows are designed in a way to maximize the protection of the space inside while also maximizing the light. And so for the thickness of the door, you have angled windows that are almost like triangular cutouts into the wall that are narrow on the outside and broad on the inside to maximize the light that comes in while ensuring maximum protection. It's similar to the way, if you've ever been on a medieval turret, the way in which those are designed in the same way, so that an archer would have maximum aim while also being maximally protected. that there's a very small area that the light or that the arrow can go through, but that it's angled in such a way that it creates maximum benefit for those that are inside. But on the construction of the Beit HaMikdash, the directions were exactly opposite of that. That on the inside there would be very narrow, and on the outside it would be broad. And Hiram says to Solomon, you have it backwards. You have it backwards. And Solomon says, no, we don't. Because it's not that we need light from the outside to come into our holy space, but rather light emerges from our holy space, and we have to be a light unto the world and to share our light with the world. So how does this connect with the AI bot? Right? There's a danger when instead of us sharing our light, we put that in the hands of something else that can be manipulated. And that each of us as Jews, each of us as servants of God, each of us as individuals who are committed to the teachings of our Torah, are asked to be a source of light in this world, are asked to shine brightly and to share our light with those that are around us. That our nation is meant to be a source of light, but that all of us, individually too, hold within us the image of God, and we have light and goodness to share. And that what Bahalokha asks us to do when it talks about lighting that candelabra, it's not something that we can no longer do because we no longer have a temple, because we no longer have a tabernacle, because the menorah was carried off to Rome and probably sits somewhere in the Vatican. Who knows? It's on the Arch of Titus, they took it. It's to say that each of us is a light. That our tradition teaches us, Proverbs tells us, Ner Adonai Nishmat Adam, that every human soul is a lamp of God, is a light. It's a source of light, is a torch, is able to shine our light, spread our light, share with one another, and illuminate the world together. Each of you, each of us, has something to share that is worthy and worthwhile, and that God asks us, commands us this week to shine our light. Shine on and Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi, after Shabbos, so we are going to hop on that website and try.
Oh yeah. You can, it's a thing. We'll see how they modify it, right? We rise now for the Baruch, page 39.
Thank you, Rabbi. I suggest that your dinners tonight have the chicken. It's hard.
Exactly.
At least it used to be.
I mean, so it's interesting because that's definitely not the popular opinion, but it is the opinion of Rabbi Yossi Galilean.
It's true. That is true.
In the argument with Rabbi Akiva, but we tend to go by Rabbi Akiva, and he said it's splashing. So.
Yes, because it imitates. Somebody might mistake it for.
That's not why. No, it's because 3 times in the Torah it says you should not cook a kid in its mother's milk, and Rabbi Akiva says those 3 times refer to 3 different categories of meat-like substance, and the first is domesticated animal, that's like obvious. The second is game, and the third is poultry, because that's more similar to the other 2 than fish, which is why fish is parv, but poultry is not. And now you know Masechah Chulin.
He would know it's on Master Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. We are seated. Umevir Yom Uvein Laila Mavdil Ben Yom Uvein Laila Adonai Tzvot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Amari V'Ravim. Page 40. Ve'avtecha tasir b'mein le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. The Shema could be found on page 41 as we cover our Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Eloheinu. בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Continue on page 42. ברצון תבלו לכם ושרם בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך ולמנוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש תורתי לא תוספת ותגור בניך בכם לך לעולם ועד ונאמר כפר אדוני את יעקב וגולם מיד עזב ממנו Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Hashkivenu can be found page 45. Shmor Tzeitzenu Oveinu L'chaim Lo Shalom Me'atav Yad Olam For Salenu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, for Sukkot Shlomecha Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. We rise for Veshamru, page 46. Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'dorotam berit olam, Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'dorotam berit olam. Beni u'bein B'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam. Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim et haaretz. Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'dorotam berit olam. Yikara v'yikara Shemei Rabba, ve'amati v'rak kirute, ve'amlik malchute, ve'chai Veimeru.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach. Le'almon le'omaya.
Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yidaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kudsha
Berichu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata nechemata damiran be'alma.
Veimeru. The Amidah for Shabbat Marif can be found on page 447 and continues through page 52. Or 54, sorry. Say Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom,
Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
We now take a moment to pray for those in our community who are in need of healing. Mishebe'era Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who brought healing to Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those for whom we now pray, including Mordechai ben Rutz, David ben Elisheva, Scott Tucker, Marlene Tucker, Chaim Melech ben Ephraim, Abraham ben Meir, Moshe ben Rael, Judy Zola, Zalman Tzvi ben Abba Herschel, Yehudit bat Yocheved, Yitzchak Alevi ben Miriam, Vicky Bird, Mordechai ben Rachel, Chesa bat Brina, Annette Rutolo, Malka Devorah bat Chana Shipper, Yehuda Braun, Tobagala bat Chana, Neil Rosenblum, Harav Masha Rachel bat Goldaleh, Issa ben Miral, Daniel Ivory, Peniel ben Sarah, Shena bat Nisan, Eileen Martin, Yankel Hersh ben Malka, Tovatikba bat Roots, Sila Rashka bat Chaya Pearl, Aaron ben Lisa, Yael ben Chaya Sarah, Eleazar Leib ben Sarah, Elka Jeannie Eisenberg, Philip Eisenberg, Nissan ben Friedel, Reuven ben Chaya Riva, Esther Batya bat Liba, Michael Donahue, Leon Levina, Shoshana Sharon bat Chana, Shmuel Velvo ben Devorah, Chaya bat Devorah, John Granick, Mayor David ben Brindle, Rivka Shena bat Chana, Shalom ben Pessel, Chaim Michal ben Yochai ben Eliyahu, David ben Yodi Chana, Barak ben Rachel, and all the others who we hold in our hearts. May the Holy One restore them to fullness of health, of body, of mind, and of spirit, blessing them, blessing those dedicated to their care. May they journey swiftly towards healing and recovery.
Mishebeira imotenu mekor abracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We continue now with Aleinu, which can be found on page 56. We rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, laten gidula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'yoyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishkachot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol amonam, v'anachnu korim, mishachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Kakatu b'toratech, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, le'melech al kol ha'oretz, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
This week we recognize the yard sites of Jean Weiner, Joyce Goldstein's mother, Abe Rothschild, Gilda Rothschild's father, Gladys Rubenfeld, Nancy Stone's mother, Sonia Becker, Hindi, your mother of blessed memory, Ben Hammerman, Stan Hammerman's father, Dorothy Donner, Herb Donner's mother, Hyman Klappick, Larry Klappick's father, Yale Gollop, Mark Gollop's uncle, Hannah Pelch, Betty Kramer's mother, Joshua Richter, Rachel Rabinovich's brother, Ruth Rappaport, Bob Techtiel's sister, Sabina Zemmel, Barry Zemmel's mother, and Risa Brown's grandmother, Lillian Rosenblum, Barbara Mark Dreyfus's mother, Mel Kaplan, Francine Weingast's uncle, Paula Kay Hand, Lisa Engel's mother, Samuel Feinberg, Erwin Feinberg's father, Linda Weiss, Julie Seifert, and Michael Feinberg's grandfather, Charlotte Lipschitz, Claire Maltosh's mother, Marty Hirsch, Betty Hirsch's husband, Rabbi Micah Kaplan, Brianna Julian and Avi Kaplan's father, Gabby Choker's special friend, and our teacher. Samuel Kolodner, Carly Kolodner's brother, Sidney Elgarton, Jerry Elgarton's father, Theda Weinberg, Scott Weinberg's aunt. And I notice we have some others saying Kaddish that aren't on the list for whatever reason. Joel Gottesman, who are we saying Kaddish for?
My father.
For your father of blessed memory. What was his name?
Cantor Ernest Gottesman.
Cantor Ernest Gottesman of blessed memory. You're at no, you're in the year.
In the year.
Yeah, okay. We pray to Hainish Matam Tzurachani, that the souls of all of our loved ones past be bound in the bond of life eternal. I invite mourners and those observing a yard site to rise now and join with me in the words of Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah be'alama tivara kerutei v'yamolich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agalah v'zaman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'omei omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'tadar, v'taleh, v'talal, shemei dekudsha, b'richu, le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alama, v'imeru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imeru, amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshevei Tevel, Ve'imiru. Amen. It's now my pleasure to invite incoming president, very soon to be president of our congregation, Rob Young, to share this evening's announcement.
I would say to use space. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Rob, this is all juice, right?
No, the 6 cups are wine.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Rabbi Green and Maura Ivory, for leading us in Kabbalat Shabbat services. Thank you, Pam Carson, for helping us with our live stream. Much appreciated. Registration is now open for the Raz Gadol Religious School, which now includes pre-K in the fall. You can contact Maura Ivory for more information or look online. Hooked on Books will be getting together this Sunday at 2 o'clock. If you'd like to participate and you haven't signed up, please contact Jan Shear for more information. Finally, save the date for the 2024 Midbar Youth Turnaround Trip to Disneyland, which is August 31st to September 2nd. But it's not really finally, because I've been told that I tell too many jokes when I'm up here, and I wasn't going to, but the rabbi who left the room set me up. So I'm gonna just tell everybody that this week, the Vatican invited over 100 American comedians to come to have an audience with the Pope. And the Pope said to them that a sense of humor lifts us up. But Steve Colbert said to Chris Rock, the Pope wears really thick rings. Don't make any comments about Mary. Took people a couple minutes.
Kiddush can be found on page 55. So, Brika Marai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratav v'hanu, v'shavat kodsho b'yavahu v'ratzon hinkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, Yehu yom tet gilav v'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu b'charta, Ve'otanu kidashta, Mikol ha'amim, Ve'shavat kodshecha, Ve'ava u'ratzon, Inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh ha'shabbat. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Adonai Oz Namo Yitan, Adonai Varech Namo Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.